Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Ones. Empaths. You know, narcissists are never satisfied in relationships. They're unsatisfiable creatures, right? They're completely unsatisfiable creatures, right? And they struggle to find better partners, right? However it's ended with you, reverse discard, you even cut them off because they become too toxic, they wasn't giving you your props, they wasn't paying you your dues. The fact of the matter is when they're involved in a relationship with you, they don't see your value, they don't see your worth, right? And this can have a severe emotional toll on the victim of abuse. Yes, you. This can have a severe toll because you can feel unworthy, you can feel unloved. You know, this may affect your self-esteem. This can have a real damaging effect on your mental health, anxiety, you know, from the hands of these dusty weirdos, all because they think in their minds, you know, that they want better, they can find better, right? So, you know, this is what goes on in their minds. You know, they think they can do better. They go on to think they can do better, right? And they'll get involved in relationships and situationships, and they think, yes, they found someone better, and you know, they realize very quickly they haven't, right? So this is why, you know, you can't let this, well, it's gonna give you an emotional toll. Some of you may feel like rejected, some of you may feel really hurt, you know, that this narcissist involved in your life has gone on to someone new, has discarded you, reverse discarded you, or rushed on very quickly, even if you cut them off. You know, and you can feel worthless, right? This can have a real emotional toll on you. This can have real, you know, detrimental effects on the chosen one and the empath. But the thing is these narcissists, the very thing that hinders them, you know, maintaining healthy relationships is them being unsatisfiable and selfish in nature. You see, they're very selfish creatures, right? So you can do your all for them. Like, you could have supported them. You could have helped them in their time of need. You could have really been their rock, you know, like really supported them, loved them, cared for them. But they're selfish. They're selfish. Like, if you've done what you've done, right, for a regular, authentic person, you know, they'll appreciate what you've done for them. They wouldn't forget it, you know? They wouldn't forget what you've done for them. They wouldn't forget what you've done for them in their time of need. But a narcissist that was involved in your life is selfish, right? They're selfish, dusty weirdos, right? Very, very selfish, right? So this is their main issue why they can't maintain a relationship, you know? As well as they don't have empathy. You know, they don't have empathy to... This is why. You know, they can't see their actions. They know they cause you pain. They know they cause you upset. But they can't actually feel what this is doing to you. You know, they can't actually kind of interpret how their toxic behavioral patterns can take an emotional toll on you, you know, and cause you issues. But they struggle. They're out there struggling, you know. The thing is they'll be out there trying to find new relationships, and they don't understand why. They get into these new relationships, they'll let loose. Sorry if I'm triggering any of you now. You know, you really need to emotionally detach from these creatures. You know, you can't be upset if they go with someone new, as long as you're not still involved with them. But I'm saying, if they go with someone new, they get a new supply, you really need to detach from them emotionally, spiritually, physically, everything. You know, it's about severing the soul ties. It's about, you know, visualization, any intentions that you placed in your mind about this individual or future that you had with this individual, detach from it immediately, right, as soon as possible. And it might be a struggle for you to do that, but you really need to do it. You really need to like detach emotionally, spiritually, everything. Visualize that they are no longer that person who fulfilled that role in your life. You know, you need to really interpret this deeply, psychologically, in your spiritually, mentally, physically, everything. You really need to internalize this message that this person is not who they claim to be, right? But they will continue struggling in relationships. You know, they couldn't work it out with you. You being a chosen one and an empath, they couldn't work it out with you, and that's saying something. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help me brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Just like this video is showing up for you, help it show up for someone else in a time of need, and it may help them too. Thank you so much in advance. But you know, they couldn't work it out with you. You being a chosen one and an empath, you being loving, loyal, kind, generous, empathetic, pure, honest, true, transparent, you know, all of the beautiful qualities that you possess, they couldn't work it out with you. They were still selfish in nature. They were still unappreciative. They were still very, very unsatisfiable, right? So they get delusional and they think that they can find better or they can do better or they want something else. So the thing is, you know, you've got to let them go to realize their own shortcomings. You know, you've got to let them go. You've got to let them get on with their lives, right? They have to get on with their lives, and you have to not be part of that. And then they realize that they lost the chosen one and the empath. You know, that's what happens in the cycle. And then that feeds into them with their inability to be able to bond with others because of the emotional connection, that weird sadistic weird connection they have with you, this weird connection that they kind of have with you. They can't feel that with others, so they really struggle. But you deserve better. You don't deserve to be waiting around for a narcissist to return to you or hoover you. You know, you certainly shouldn't let them back into your life after they've displayed any toxic traits towards you, right? Narcissistic traits towards you, right? You deserve better. You can find better, right? Someone commented in a video, they said, you won't find better, don't be gullible like I was, they said in the comment section. And that's because they're in a place of hurt and pain. You know, I haven't responded to the comment yet. I will get around to responding to the comments later on today. But they're in a position of hurt and pain, and they don't think they can do better. Like, if you're in a place that you don't think you can do better than a narcissist, there's a lot more healing to do, you know? You deserve better. You will find better. You will do better. You can honestly find better, and you will do better, right? If you're in a place of thinking that you can't do better, you know, that's basically saying that you deserve a narcissist. That's going to make you have certain struggles, just like the narcissist that was involved in your life is going through. They're struggling out there because they can't find someone that offers a potent supply like you did, right? Someone who isn't as loving and kind and generous and empathetic and supportive and loyal and loving and true as you were. So they're struggling out there. Even though they casted you aside like you were nothing, they do realize now, they have interpreted and they do realize their own shortcomings. They don't rectify the situation because it's hard for them to build bridges back across to you because they're stubborn and they fear rejection. But if you stay in the mind state that you can't do better, that's exactly what they're doing. They're in the world thinking they can't do better. They know they can't do better. But if you stay in the mind state of you can't do better than them, that's not what God wants for you. That's not what the universe wants for you. You can certainly do better. right? The problem that you face, I think, right? Bear with me. I think the problem that you face if you are in a position of hurt and thinking that you can't do better is it's still believing the kind of baiting that you went through for them to get your guard down, for you to open up your heart to them, the things that they done and said. You know, these things that they done and said, people call it the love bomb at the initial phase, but it's actually baiting, right? They were actually picking out actual characteristics and traits about your persona, your aura, the person that you are, and they had a hidden hand and a hidden motive behind it, but they were actually articulating what they do see within you, right? They could see your worth, they could see your value, right? The only thing, the catch-22 in that situation is they're selfish, they're unappreciative, they're ungrateful, right? So when they got you, they didn't appreciate you, they didn't cherish you, they didn't look after you, they didn't maintain a healthy bond with you. You know, they wanted to abuse you, they wanted to do toxic things to you, they wanted to seek control, they wanted to put you through abuse of whatever kind of abuse you went through, just from the narcissistic handbook, you know, the classic narcissistic handbook that they all use. You know, they're very low vibrational creatures and they all function in the same particular way. They all do the same particular patterns, right? So a lot of you are still like in the mind state of thinking that this person who made you feel a certain way when they were baiting you or love bombing you, as people call it, right, at the beginning, is them, right? And that is a small part of them, but they're consumed with darkness, and it's more of a priority in their own minds for them to hurt you. You know, it becomes more important for them to hurt you than it does become for them to love you, right? And there's various reasons why they'll do this, right? But it's maintaining control, you know, maintaining control over you, over your heart, mind, and soul, even if they're no longer in your life. It could be narcissistic injuries you inflicted. It could be just trying to punish you, right? They're doing these sorts of things. They're doing these sorts of things because they feel offended, you know, as well. That's part of the reason that they think they feel offended. They've got narcissistic injuries. They're trying to seek control, so they'll put you through abuse of any kind, right, to assert power, a power dynamic over you, right? And they want to leave you stuck and hurt, and like that fellow commenter said, thinking that you can't find better, right? You know, a lot of you need to forget about, you know, the narcissist that was involved in your life does know, you know, even intimate moments, and I'm not talking about sex, but I'm saying intimate conversations that you shared. You know, if you declared your love for them, or you declared how you felt about them, they are fully aware that you don't feel that way now, unless you're one of those people that are still, you know, reaching out to them or contacting them or something like that. You know, they do know that you don't feel that way, and that's what prolongs hoovers. That's what prolongs them trying to build a bridge out across to you, because they fear rejection. So just understand, you know, that narcissists are unsatisfiable in relationships. There's nothing wrong with you. You've done everything you possibly could to sustain a healthy relationship. You were building foundations. You know, you supported them. You helped them. You know, they may have been in a time of need. You really helped them. You know, they will continue to struggle to find a better partner. That's just the way it goes. They are selfish in nature, so they don't have the ability to pair bond, and they certainly won't find someone that is at your level. You know, please don't let the emotional toll taken by this abuse you've gone through make you feel like, you know, you can't find someone else or something like that. Please don't let that be a problem in your life. You know, they have got traits and shortcomings that hinder them maintaining healthy relationships, and that is just the way it goes. They've got these traits about them that, you know, they're consumed with negative energy. You know, they don't have the ability to sustain healthy relationships. There's a deep underlying issue that's within them, you know. So, and you know, they know wherever they are now, whoever they run into, for whoever they run into in the rest of their lives, they're never going to find someone at the level of the chosen one or empath ever again. They're never going to find that. You know, they're never going to find that love, care, empathy, beautiful qualities that you possess, right? And you deserve better. And someone in the world deserves to receive those positive qualities that you have, and you can find it. Just don't rush, you know? Everyone can go out and, you know, you can go on a dating app, right? You can go on a dating app. You can meet someone in the street, right? You meet someone online, and you can meet a lot of narcissists or toxic individuals. It's not hard, you know? If you think you can't do better, you know, it's not hard for you to meet someone of the same, you know, similitude, if that's the right word, you know, similar liking of these narcissists that are involved in your life. It's not hard. All it is you just now need to use your discernment and the ability to judge well to find something better, because you deserve better. That's all it is. It just takes, it's not even really more work. It's kind of mental focus. You know, you need to not rush in with people, you know, and everyone can learn from that. Just not rushing in too soon with individuals. You know, you don't need to be closed off from the world, but just not rushing too soon in with individuals, and analyzing them. And the thing is when you've gone through narcissistic abuse, you could have been through it for decades or whatnot. You know, if another narcissist presents themselves, they'll do something pretty quickly. You'll pick up on something pretty quickly that indicates they're a narcissist, because you've already learned the lessons. You'll pick up on something very quickly, so you don't need to worry too much, you know. But that's why I just don't get too involved with them, you know. Don't get too involved, things like that. Like, you know, that's something they'll regret as well, because they want to cause devastation to your life. So, you know, don't bring them into your finances or into your, you know, don't make any obligations with them as such, you know, and they'll later regret that. That's what later they regret, you know, especially if you get rid of a narcissist very quickly, you know, and they didn't manage to lock you down, you know, when they're off with these other people, or off even in their own lives, just getting on with their own lives, trying to find other people, you know, they'll regret not locking you down, you know, making you have a child with them, or, you know, having some hold over you, you know, because it really irritates them to know that you're back out in the world doing your thing, right? So please, none of you think that you can't find someone better than them, right? Please, none of you do that, right? That's what the narcissist is thinking in their heads, and you certainly don't need to be thinking like that at all. So, please tell me your experience in the comment section. I'd love to hear your experience. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you don't have to, but if you would like to contribute or donate to the channel, you can always find a link in the description box. And it's something I want to touch on before I draw the video to a close. I've launched a new free community forum on the membership website. It's open for everyone to use to build, expand, and connect with fellow survivors. I'm looking at the longevity of the forum, as I should have created one when I first launched the membership site. I'm also running one-to-one sessions. If you want tailor-made advice and me to shed some light on your issues, you can always reach out. The empath group meeting is coming up on the 28th, and there is a new WhatsApp and Telegram group created for survivors to stay in touch. Lastly, if you want crisis email support and a plan of action, all the links for what I've mentioned are in the description box below. And there's a video that I think may be beneficial to you Why narcissists go silent? It's not what you think. So anyway, click this video here. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.